America's healthcare system pushes therapy for the mental toll of chronic illness. Talk it out. Feel better. But what if therapy is just a pricey crutch? Welcome to Stoic Mind Daily, where we shred mainstream fixes for Stoic wisdom. Society screams, get therapy, take meds. But Stoics like Marcus Aurelius teach us to master our minds through discipline and perspective, not endless sessions or pills. If chronic illness is clouding your mind, this video is your path to clarity. Today, we're tackling the mental health impact of chronic illness without a therapist bill. Chronic illness, diabetes, arthritis, fibromyalgia affects over 60% of Americans in 2025, and the mental strain is brutal. 40% of patients battle anxiety or depression. Ready to conquer your mind like a Stoic? Smash that subscribe button and join Stoic Mind Daily to conquer life's challenges with wisdom. Finish this video and subscribe to unlock the educational benefits that will transform your mindset. Plus, a story of Stoic resilience and deep insights to reframe your struggles. Let's dive in. We'll expose why therapy and meds fall short, how Stoic practices restore mental strength, and 6 practical strategies to manage the mental health impact of chronic illness. Every doctor and ad in America says, see a therapist, pop an antidepressant. But Seneca warned, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Therapy sessions cost $150 a pop, and meds leave her foggy. She feels stuck, not healed. Stoics would say, stop chasing external fixes. Master your mind instead. Therapy and meds often mask the mental strain of chronic illness. 30% of patients on antidepressants see no lasting relief. But 2024 data, the system's built to keep you coming back, not to set you free. Stoics don't play that game. They forge mental strength within, using tools that cost nothing. But Stoics challenge that. What if you could ease anxiety and depression by changing how you think and act? That's what we'll explore next. Why? You're outsourcing your mental strength to a system that thrives on dependency. The teacher in Florida isn't just fighting migraines. She's fighting a culture that says she's broken without a $200 session. Stoicism offers a way out free, sustainable, and empowering. Why? The system profits from keeping you hooked on weekly sessions or prescriptions. Stoics like Epictetus flip this. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. Chronic illness brings physical pain, but the mental toll, anxiety, depression, fear of the next flare-up is a battle you can control. Relying on therapy or meds hands your power to a broken system. Stoicism reclaims it through practices that build mental resilience, not dependency. Picture a 40-year-old teacher in Florida with chronic migraines, grappling with anxiety from unpredictable flare-ups. Mental health isn't fixed by talking or pills. It's built through Stoic discipline and control over your perspective. America's healthcare system is a mental health money pit. $200 billion spent annually on therapy and psych meds. Yet 40% of chronic illness patients report worsening mental health. Studies show 50% of therapy patients with chronic illness see only short-term mood improvements, and 25% of antidepressant users face side effects like fatigue or weight gain. In America, we're told mental health requires professionals, therapists, psychiatrists, apps. But Stoics know the mind is your domain. You might think, therapy's my only shot at feeling better. America's healthcare culture screams, talk to a therapist, take a pill. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Therapy and meds offer temporary relief. Stoic practices build lasting mental strength. Face the mental toll of chronic illness with discipline, not dependency. Step 1. Reframe suffering as a test. Journal daily. What can this illness teach me about resilience? Seneca used adversity to sharpen his mind, turning struggles into lessons. Simple box breathing works wonders. Spend 5 to 10 minutes nightly reflecting on your mental strength. Stoics use gratitude to find joy in hardship. Step 2. Build a morning anchor. Start with 10 to 15 minutes of meditation or deep breathing to center your mind, reducing anxiety's grip. Step 3. Practice negative visualization. Spend 5 minutes daily imagining worst-case scenarios. This builds mental clarity. Meditation, like 10 minutes of box breathing, calms the nervous system. Studies show it reduces anxiety in 80% of users. Over months, these build a Stoic mental health system, reducing reliance on therapy or meds. You're not curing illness. You're mastering your mind. Gratitude lists shift perspective, cutting depression's edge. A small task, like organizing a drawer, sparks purpose. These Stoic habits outshine healthcare's costly promises. To counter depression's inertia, research shows mindfulness reduces anxiety by 30% in chronic illness patients, and gratitude exercises cut depressive symptoms by 20%. Imagine easing anxiety without a $200 session. That's what these steps unlock. Unlike therapy or meds, these habits are free, sustainable, and build mental toughness. And calmly accepting them. Epictetus method to reduce fear. Step 4. Cultivate gratitude. List 3 things daily you're grateful for, despite your illness, to shift focus from suffering. Step 5. Engage in purposeful action. Dedicate 15 to 20 minutes daily to a meaningful task. Step 6. Track mental wins. Log daily progress. Calmer moments, fewer anxious thoughts in a notebook to build confidence. A Stoic habit of focusing on control. Share it in the comments to inspire our Stoic community. Pause the video. Write one habit, like a 5-minute meditation or gratitude list. You can start to manage your mental health. Stoic practices empower you where healthcare fails. Why? They treat symptoms, not the root mindset. Stoics focus on control. Journaling rewires your brain to see suffering as a test. Neuroscience confirms this, with mindfulness lowering stress hormones. Gratitude shifts focus from loss to abundance, boosting mood. Purposeful action fights depression's inertia, as studies show small tasks increase dopamine. Tracking wins reinforces your power, a Stoic principle. These aren't quick fixes. They're a Stoic blueprint for mental resilience. Therapy and meds are healthcare's go-to, but 40% of patients with chronic illness report no lasting mental health gains. Take journaling. Write, "Today's pain was tough, but I stayed calm." Start with one habit, journaling for 5 minutes nightly. Add meditation after a week. You might feel crushed by illness, but Stoics see it as a chance to grow. Imagine a 35-year-old nurse in Texas with fibromyalgia, battling depression from constant pain. Healthcare says, see a therapist, take antidepressants. But she turns to Stoicism. You can't cure illness, but you can transform its mental toll into growth. A Stoic doesn't escape suffering. They master it through disciplined action. She journals nightly, asking, what can I control? Data shows 50% of chronic illness patients find therapy ineffective long-term, and 25% of antidepressant users face side effects. Build a Stoic mental health plan. Discipline, habits, mindset tools that never cost a dime. She starts morning meditation, practices gratitude, and takes short walks for purpose. She visualizes enduring flare-ups calmly and tracks her calmer days. Over months, her depression lifts, and she skips therapy entirely. Her colleagues notice her strength, not her struggle. These steps aren't about curing illness, but thriving despite it. Tomorrow, try 5 minutes of deep breathing. List 3 gratitudes, even if it's just, I got out of bed. These acts build a Stoic foundation, proving you're stronger than healthcare's narrative. Start small. 1 journal entry, 1 gratitude. That's the Stoic way to reclaim your mind. That's Stoic power. Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. forget healthcare's therapy or bust mantra. These align with Stoic principles: control what you can, endure what you must, while healthcare's therapy-centric model often fails, with 40% of patients reporting no lasting mood improvement. Journal nightly. How did I handle my mental strain today? What's one strength I showed? Visualize worst-case scenarios calmly for 5 minutes daily. Do one purposeful task daily. Track mental wins. Log days with less anxiety or more focus in a notebook. Our nurse didn't stop at habits. She used a free meditation app to deepen her practice, spending 10 minutes daily calming her mind. She read Seneca, learning to see suffering as a test of virtue. Her family noticed her resilience. She started teaching her kids gratitude exercises. She joined a free community walking group, turning action into connection. This isn't healthcare's fix. It's a Stoic transformation that ripples outward, proving illness doesn't own your mind. Science-backed Stoicism. Mindfulness reduces anxiety by 30% in chronic illness patients, per 2024 studies. Gratitude exercises cut depression by 20%. Purposeful tasks boost dopamine, countering inertia. You might think, I need therapy to cope. But have you tried Stoicism? Begin tonight. Journal one sentence about your mental state and one thing you controlled. Fear of mental collapse isn't about illness. It's about losing control. America's healthcare sells the lie that therapy or meds equal stability, but they chain you to costs and side effects. Stoics disagree. Reframe mental strain as a call to act, not a trap. The mental toll of illness weakens when you focus on your response, not the struggle. Stoics break this by staying present. What can you do now? Journaling cuts mental chatter. Gratitude boosts mood. Purposeful action fights depression's inertia. These practices, rooted in Stoic control, outperform healthcare's model. For example, 40% of antidepressant users report side effects like fatigue, while mindfulness shows lasting anxiety reduction in 70% of cases. Stoicism is free, sustainable, and empowering. Instead of fearing anxiety or depression, ask, what's one step I can take? Meditate, journal, act. Each builds your Stoic armor against the mental toll of illness. You might think, I need a therapist to survive this. That's the trap healthcare sets. Stoics find strength within. You're not a victim of illness. You're a Stoic, built to endure and grow. You'll fear illness less, rely on therapy less, and live more. This isn't about curing your mind. It's about mastering it. Try this. For one day, focus on free mental health strategies. Breathing, gratitude, a small task. Notice how your mind shifts from fear to control. This shifts focus to your power. Try 10 minutes of deep breathing. It calms the nervous system. List 3 gratitudes, daily small wins like a sunny day or a kind word. Do one small task like tidying a shelf to spark purpose. These acts stack, proving you're stronger than healthcare's narrative. Seneca said, "You have all the happiness you need if you choose to see it." Fear amplifies mental strain. Studies show anxiety worsens depressive symptoms in 60% of chronic illness patients, trapping you in a cycle. Start with a journal. Write, today's anxiety was X, but I controlled Y. Epictetus faced daily hardship yet stayed unshaken. He knew suffering tests your virtue, not your worth. Over weeks, these habits, journaling, meditating, acting, build a Stoic mental health system. Today, we debunked healthcare's therapy and meds myth. Stoic practices, reframing suffering, meditating, practicing gratitude, acting with purpose beat America's costly system. The mental toll of illness isn't a trap. It's your Stoic training ground for 2025. Comment below. What's your biggest mental health challenge with illness? And how will you face it like a Stoic? Like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Mind Daily to keep building your resilient mindset. See you in the next video. Embrace it, and you'll find strength healthcare can't sell. Mental health with chronic illness is a mindset, not a prescription. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action." Next, we'll tackle family support gaps in chronic illness with Stoic strength.